Today we'll be unboxing the original Heroes for Hire here on... Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be unboxing Marvel Legends Luke Cage and Iron Fist from Hasbro Toys. Celebrating Marvel's 85th anniversary, these 1/12 scale figures boast over 20 points of articulation. These 6-inch figures are based on the New Avengers comics and come with a variety of accessories. Now, I purchased my figures as an Amazon pre-order. It arrived a few weeks ago, so I've kind of been holding on to this package for quite a while. If it's a toy I plan on opening, I'll generally go with Amazon. I've got Amazon Prime, so the shipping's going to be free for me. The price is generally just a little bit lower, and because I'm opening it up, I don't have to worry about a damaged box, because it will come in damaged. Now, before we open this up, let's take a look at the packaging. Here's the front. Very nice. Let's take a look at the side. Not much going on here. Let's take a look at the back. We've got some great artwork of Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Very nice. On the other side, it's that same artwork, just, condensed. And lastly, on the top, we've got the Marvel 85-year logo. Very good. Alright, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get this thing opened up. Alright, gonna break out my trusty X-Acto knife, get the tape off of here, out of the box. We've got some legalese that, get rid of that. Let's start with Luke Cage. Alright, and here we go. So overall, this is a good looking figure. The sculpt is good, paintwork is also good, I don't see any slop anywhere. I like the texture on the jeans, and I like the fabric creases on the yellow shirt. I'm glad they didn't cheap out and just color the muscles a different color. So overall, looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out his articulation. Let's go ahead and start with the head. So it goes all the way around, goes up. It doesn't really go up all that well. That's a shame. Arms go up to about yay high. We've got butterfly joints in the shoulders, which is very nice. I'm glad they're doing that for these Marvel Legends now. We've got a cut at the upper bicep, which is good, nice and tight. We've got double jointed elbows, which are very tight. Looks very good. Let's check out the other elbow. Yep, those are good as well. We've got articulation in the wrist. Go all the way around. There's a hinge joint in there. Hinge joint in here as well. All right, very good. We've got an ab crunch. It's your standard kind of hinged ab crunch for Marvel Legends. All right, nice and tight. You can hear the clicking in there. All right, legs go up to about here, which is pretty good range of movement. We've got upper thigh cuts on both legs. Those are good. We've got double jointed knees, which are very, very tight. Let's check out the other one. Also very, very tight. There is no cut at the boot, which is a shame. There is articulation at the ankle. It's okay. It's decent. I wish there was a little bit better range of movement, but they're not bad. So overall, articulation is pretty good on this figure. No real complaints, except for that head. I wish it could tilt up just a little bit more. And also, I do kind of wish there was a boot cut. It always helps with stabilization just a little bit. I think they just didn't want to break the sculpt of this, which is, it's fine. I can work around it. Let's check out his accessories. Luke Cage doesn't have much, unfortunately. He really only has this one pair of interchangeable hands. There's a hinge joint on this hand that goes the opposite way. I'm not quite sure what that's for, but it's what it is. We've got another face sculpt, a yelling face. The eyes look a little weird. They're a little milky, so I don't know if I'm going to be using that one. Let's check out the other hand. So we've got Luke Cage with the double cage brass knuckles, which I'm going to be honest, I always thought was pretty stupid. It's a holdover from the Brian Azzarello Luke Cage Max series from back in the day, and it never made sense to me. Why does a guy who's indestructible need brass knuckles? It's silly. So this gripping hand with the hinge joint like this, it looks as though they maybe were thinking about giving him another accessory, maybe a bat or I don't know, something like I don't know. Whatever accessory he didn't get, he should have got it, because he's kind of lacking in the accessories department. Especially as compared to Iron Fist, which we'll get into in a moment. Let's try on the other head sculpt. It's, there we go. It's decent. You can't tell that the eyes are a little wonky from far away. So it is what it is. Let's try and get him into some poses, little some dynamic poses, and look at that. That looks good. That looks pretty good. I do like the sculpt work on his arms. You can see all the veins in it. He looks suitably beefy for Luke Cage. That looks excellent. That looks really good. Let's go ahead and get him in a standing position. Let's see how well balanced this guy is. Because he's big and he doesn't have the boot cut, which I would like. And also his boots are textured at the bottom, which is great from a sculpt perspective, but sometimes it always kind of messes up the balance. But yeah, there we go. Look, he does balance, so very good. Very nice. I think overall this is a very good figure. A few misgivings aside, they're really just small picadillos that I have with the figure. I'm not going to use that head sculpt. Let's get his normal head sculpt back on. I think this is a really good figure. I would have preferred just regular fists as opposed to those brass knuckle fists, but I think they just wanted to add a little bit of extra flavor. It would have been amazing if we had a hoodie accessory, but hey, I mean, you can't have everything. Let's check out Iron Fist, the man with the fist of iron. Alright, so here we go. So right off the bat, we've got Iron Fist in his classic look. Overall, it looks pretty good. The detail is good, paint work is good, no slop anywhere, nothing of that nature. I'm going to be honest, this is not my preferred look for Iron Fist. I think there are a couple of designs that are a little bit better than this open-chested one, but as far as open chest designs go, I think this figure kind of nails it. So let's go ahead and check out his articulation. So head goes all the way around. It looks like the bandana is a softer plastic, so it doesn't mess with the articulation. Head goes up and down all around. It's decent. It's about as good as Luke Cage. Arms go to about there. They've got butterfly joints, obviously. We've got an upper bicep cut, which is really good. The butterfly joints on this are really good. There is an ab crunch. There's a ball joint in here, so this is a little different for Marvel Legends. We've got both the regular hinged ab crunch as well as the ball joint. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad they gave it for Iron Fist because he is a martial artist, so it makes sense. We've got double joints at the elbows, which are good. We've got articulation in the legs like that. He can do kind of the splits. There is a upper thigh cut for both of the legs, which is good. We've got double jointed knees, which are very tight. Okay, all right, pretty good. We've got, oh, look at that. We've got toe articulation. Oh, that knee is tight. But there it goes. We've got the boot cut on this one, so I'm glad that's there. And again, look at this. We got toe articulation and a Marvel Legends. Look at you, Marvel Legends, trying to up your game. I see you. It looks like Danny Rand stole all of the articulation from Luke Cage. Oh my goodness. But if any figure is going to have super articulation, it better be a martial artist. Alright, so let's check out his accessories. So we've got his Iron Fist effects. We've got two of them, one for each fist, which is cool. We've got an extra head, a yelling head, which is nice. The sculpt is good, paint is good. Up next, we've got a whole bunch of hands. We've got some, looks to be tiger claw hands. Those are pretty neat. Here we got a pair of double fists. Looking nice. Up next, we've got two chopping hands. You gotta have the chopping hands for a martial artist. And lastly, some grappling hands. Alright, there's a lot of hands. This is almost a Mafex figure. Alright, let's go ahead and swap out heads, see how he looks with it. It looks pretty good. I'm probably going to use this head. Yeah, this is my preferred head for this figure. Let's go ahead and swap out some of these hands. I don't think I'm going to showcase all of the hands, just a few. And we're going to get them into some martial arts positions. Let's see what we can do here. Get him in a flying side kick. And also one thing of note, now he doesn't have drop down legs, but there is actually a hinge joint in the legs, in the upper thigh, that can allow the legs a little bit more range of movement. Look at that. Again, it's not quite a drop down, but it's almost like one. They really went all out for the articulation in this figure. Let's see how he balances. Yep, there we go. Yeah, balances very well. Very cool. All right, let's try some more hands. Let's go ahead and get these fists on here and test out the Iron Fist effects. And they just pop on pretty easily. All right, pretty cool. All right, not bad. Now, if I do have one gripe about these effects, I think I would prefer if the effects just had a peg on it so that you could put it directly onto the figure. I mean, overall, this is good, but there's an issue of stability. Like, sometimes they'll fall off just a little bit. Yeah, see how they pop off so easily? I mean, it's a good and bad thing. I mean, this is just a minor thing for me. Let's go ahead and get Luke Cage in here. See how both of these figures measure up to each other. And I'm glad that there is a height difference. Luke Cage should be just a few inches, you know, you know what I'm saying. A few inches taller than Iron Fist. He should look a little broader, a little bigger. That's sort of the dynamic of the figures. And of the characters. Now, I'm not currently reading any Marvel comics right now. I'm kind of off and on with comics in general. So, I do think it's a little weird that Luke Cage has a more modern look, whereas Iron Fist is 100% retro classic. But because I'm not reading comics right now, this might be how they actually look in the comics right now. My preferred look for Iron Fist is the Pascal Ferry one, but I don't know. I don't think that design is ever going to see the light of day. It's a shame, though. Let's go ahead and compare these figures to some other Marvel Legends. Let's start off with Giant Man. Alright, so Giant Man actually stands just slightly shorter than Iron Fist, which is a little curious. It might just be the perspective, or it could be Iron Fist having that extra added articulation in the torso that makes him stand just a little bit taller. Let's go ahead and compare him to another Marvel Legends figure. Let's go ahead and compare them to classic retro Iron Man. So he stands about the same height as Iron Fist, he's just only slightly taller than Iron Fist, which is, I don't know, that's a little curious. I feel as though Iron Man should be a little bit, well, not even a little bit, I think Iron Man should be at exactly the same height as Luke Cage. Obviously, Luke Cage is a big guy, but the Iron Man armor should add a couple of inches to Iron Man, so I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I'm not really going to have these figures all displayed together, so the scaling really won't be an issue. Let's go ahead and compare them to one more figure, Black Panther. And so again, it looks as though Black Panther is just slightly shorter than Iron Fist. It might be an issue of how I have Black Panther's legs. His legs are a little more splayed out. Or it just could be that Iron Fist is legitimately taller than him. I would honestly kill for a redux of this particular style of Black Panther with the articulation that Iron Fist has. It's a really good articulation in this Iron Fist, let me tell you. Marvel Legends kind of went all out with it. Luke Cage is good as well, but there's nothing really groundbreaking about this this figure. I think it really needed a few more accessories just to keep up with the Iron Fist figure. It almost feels like it's an Iron Fist figure guest starring Luke Cage. As a package deal, these figures are great. It is just almost perfect. But not quite. Okay, final thoughts. This is an excellent 2-pack. It is well worth the money. I got mine from Amazon for $49.99, and it is still available at that price at Amazon. So, yeah, go out and get it if you can. These are excellent figures. Again, I do have issues with the amount of accessories that Luke Cage has, or rather, doesn't have, and a few articulation issues here and there. The Iron Fist figure more than makes up for it, though. The articulation is excellent, approaching Mafex levels. There are a ton of hands, a ton of accessories. It's really good. What are you waiting for? Go out and get it. It's excellent. It is a definite gold star toy. Great job, Hasbro. So that's pretty much going to wrap everything up. I am Rip It Open at Newman on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, X. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.